I got a theory, guys. So we've all heard that Volkanovski is fighting Islam for the 155 title in 10 days from now. Crazy. It's the fight we all wanted to see at the beginning, but we got Charles instead. Nobody wanted to see that fight again. I mean, is there a person alive that didn't think the exact same thing was going to happen to Charles? And then Charles has been whining, or now I'm sounding more harsh than I meant to, but he has been complaining about it being in Abu Dhabi, which I do get. I get not wanting to fight in old boy's homeland or closer to his homeland, especially when you lost the title in the same place. I understand that. But still, he's been very vocal about his displeasure about having to fight in the same place again. Nobody was excited for it. Volkanovski, that first fight, I had Volkanovski winning. I thought he had beaten Islam. I thought it was very close, so I was not mad at the decision. But I thought it was close. Giving this rematch on 10 days' notice, I don't think Volkanovski's going to win this. I think it is, cash grab is the wrong term, but the UFC must have thrown a lot of money at Volkanovski to take, because this is the last chance Volkanovski's going to have to take the 155 title on 10 days notice. It's a hard fight because you need to wrestle for that fight. And 10 days notice wrestling enough is not going to have happened. His takedown defense is not going to be as sharp. But now, more importantly, than Volkanovski not winning this 55 title belt, if he wins, I don't think he'll ever go back down to 45, which means it's Topuria versus probably Max for the title, maybe Aljo. But if he loses, like I think Volkanovski will, if he loses, I think he loses the belt too to Topuria, who is supposed to be in January. Or he takes some time off. He's all right, I lost, I'm not going to fight in 12 weeks. And then it becomes an interim belt for Topuria versus who? Max. That the UFC is hiding people from Max because Max beats everyone not named Volkanovski. So would it be Topuria versus Aljo? Aljo's coming up. Maybe January, Topuria versus Aljo. And then the winner of that, fights Volkanovski. It's a possibility. But no, I think there's a real chance this is the end of Volkanovski, the pound for pound greatest, the real end of his title reign. I do think he loses here, and people tend to, not always, I mean Volkanovski was the exception, tend to not win very dominantly ever again once they lose that title shot. And this title shot, 10 days notice, up a weight class against someone who's pretty damn good. They had a hell of a fight the first time. This could be a rough little stretch of time for Volkanovski. Luckily, he has made all the money. Lord knows how much the UFC is paying him to step up on 10 days notice. But if he wins, he doesn't go back down to 45. If he loses, there's a good chance he doesn't vacate the belt but doesn't fight in January. Who do you guys think he's going to fight? Do you think I'm all wet? I would love to see Max Holloway fight Topuria for the interim belt. I just don't think it happens. I think the UFC doesn't want Max versus Volkanovski 12 or whatever it is, and they have to hide people from Max, because every up-and-comer that they feed to Max beats him and makes it look easy. That's the reason Topuria has not fought Max yet. It's the reason. It's the reason they've hidden Topuria. They've made him. It was like a straight line to the title shot. Had to go through Max, except Max beat everyone. So Topuria going towards Max, take a hard left, then straighten it out, then going back. It's such. I've never seen a a wall, a gateway to the title before. It is ridiculous. You've got the gateway fighters to the top 10, gateway fighters top 5. Max is a gateway to a title. And everybody wants to see Max fight for a title again because everybody loves Max. There's not a person alive that does not love Max. But he's lost 3 times. Arguably the first time. Maybe he won the first time. But he has lost 3 times. 3 amazing fights. In every fight, Volkanovski has beaten Max more dominantly. So I don't know that's the fight to make, Topuria versus Max, because if Max wins, it's then the interim title versus Volkanovski. What do you guys think? Does Aljo play any role? Would it be an Aljo versus Topuria come January? regardless of whether Volkanovski wins or not? Or do you think Volkanovski wins? Or do you think he loses, but then goes right back down to 45 and defends his belt 12 weeks later? He is the greatest in the UFC right now. He's pound for pound best. It's incredible that he's willing to do this on 10 days notice. It's incredible the streak he's had. And again, I thought he won the first fight against Islam. I thought he was a very close fight, but I gave it to him. I don't know why the judges didn't score it for him, but he was close enough, so I'm not terribly upset. Anyways, tell me in the comments, guys. Thanks.